Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're reviewing the Honda Accord with the turbo. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Honda here in Murray, Utah, for giving me some time with this Accord. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 1.5 liter four-cylinder that goes through a CVT automatic. Fuel economy is 29 around town and then 37 on the highway, with power outputs being 192 horsepower and then 192 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now, starting with the hood, you guys can see we've got these cool lines on either side, but overall the new Accord has a boxier design. And then popping down below, really sharp headlight design here, and then you guys can see the grille's all blacked out Honda logo there on the center, and then notice everything's blacked out at the bottom as well. And when you put it all together, it has a much boxier look, but I think it looks good. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 225, 50, 17 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see with the wheels, metallic gray for the coloration. And then notice stuff like the mirror caps and the door handles are body painted. And then we do have some silver trim around the top of the windows. And then here is the side view with the Accord. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function, remote start, the opening for the trunk, and then the Honda logo on the back. And then taking a look at the trunk area, you guys can see quite a bit of storage space. We also have little latches to throw the seats down. And so yeah, lots of practicality built in here. And when you're all done, just plop. No spoiler on this Accord, but you guys can see the kind of like light bar design here with the taillights goes the Honda logo, Accord badge down below. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the overall design here of the Accord. Now taking a look at the door panel, you guys can see soft touch down below, and then I like the finish on the window control, and also the door handle looks pretty cool. And then taking a look at the seats, you guys can see the cloth trim all down the center portion. And then legroom back here is solid. Headroom, also good as well. And it looks like we do in fact have a cup holder armrest. Now taking a look at the front door panel, soft touch here at the top, and then you guys can see the padding down below. We've got all of our window controls here, front two are automatic. Mirror adjustments as well, and then the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And then taking a look at the front seat again, all of the cloth trim there, as you can see. Power adjustments on the side, and then I like to look at the vent here. I think that's cool. And then soft touch here, and then on the dash too. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see soft touch all around. We also have our cruise control, so adaptive cruise control with our steering assist, volume and voice command controls as well. And then you guys can see these stalks here on the back. And then taking a look at the gauge cluster itself, digital gauge cluster, we can scroll through information on either side actually with little dials there on the steering wheel. So definitely helps out with being able to see all the vehicle information, and I think the overall style looks good. We do have an econ mode as well that you can pop into. And then in reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. As for the rest of the infotainment system, this is Honda's quote-unquote base unit, so we do have some physical buttons at the bottom with physical tuner controls and everything. But yeah, I think overall it's easy to use. It does double as a touchscreen as well. It's pretty responsive. And then taking a look at the dash, we do have soft touch all over, and then same thing down below. And then we've got a, well, with the sunlight will let me show you guys, a mega vent down below. You can see how the trim's all connected just like in the Civic. I think it looks really good. And then our analog controls here for the climate system. We also have heated seats as well. Dual zone climate, by the way. And you guys can see the USBs down below in the little storage area. Shifter for the CVT, and then you got your econ mode, your auto stop, start, parking brake, brake hold, and then some storage here. Same thing with the center console. Nice padding on the top, by the way. And then the glove box, pretty good there. And then last but not least, we do have a sunroof up top. So here's our window sticker for the Accord. You guys can see the equipment with this. Base MSRP $29,910, and then your total MSRP $31,005. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood, both the mirrors. Do a blind spot monitoring through the rest of the rear. And let us set off in the Accord. So my goal today is to find out if this WRX is ever going to move. Okay, maybe they are. Is to find out if this is worth getting, or if you should just go for the hybrid powertrain. I have a feeling this person is trying to get all the way across the road right away, so that's why they're waiting so long. But I guess while we're waiting here for a second, we've got nice cloth seats here. They're pretty dang comfortable overall. Actually getting up and moving. Ride quality's comfortable, so that's a big plus. It's got that like big car feel, which I really like, because you just feel kind of like you're in a cocoon. It's nice. And again, this is the EX package, so this isn't even like, you know, super loaded up, but still feels pretty luxury car. I mean, for around town driving, it's actually got pretty good torque. I wouldn't call it like insanely fast by any means, but it moves. Definitely moves. And the biggest thing though is the ride quality. It's so comfortable. Like going over all of the bumps and everything. That's incredibly comfortable. I think they've done a really good job with the damping with the new Accord. It's pretty quiet too inside here. So yeah, you know, in terms of like the quote-unquote luxury car stuff, I think they've done a good job with this. In the S mode with the shifter, which is the sport mode for the Accord. Ooh, not bad. I'm not going to call it insanely fast by any means, but it moves. It gets up and moves. So pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. So yeah, that'll get me into summing things up here with the Accord Turbo. So with the Accord in general, I really like the new Accord. I think I like the more minimalist styling on the outside. I think it drives really well. I like this new interior, and again, this isn't even the loaded up version, but it still has a nice interior. I think it's pretty reasonably priced for, you know, what you're getting with the car. Now, when it comes to powertrains, I prefer the hybrid. It gets better fuel economy, the power delivery is better, and it just makes more sense with the Accord. And I think that's kind of, I think Honda's offering this as like a more budget-friendly powertrain, more budget-friendly option. But I think, you know, Honda built this car out with the intention of it being, you know, the hybrid. So I do think the hybrid powertrain is worth it, just because of the better fuel economy and because of how that drives. This doesn't drive bad, but yeah, just the extra power you get and the instant torque with the hybrid powertrain, it just feels and performs quite a bit better compared to this. So let me know your thoughts on the Accord Turbo, and let me know if you'd get this or if you'd get the hybrid. But you know, as for me, I definitely am on team hybrid.